Y'all, this is my first episode of One Man Church. Um, I call it One Man Church because we as a people make up the body of the church. So we are the church. Um, One Man Church. It's just me. But you are more than welcome to come and join me every time you see that live button or every time you see a new video post. You are more than welcome to come and commune with me, to come give me feedback, comments. Um, Maybe we can start doing like two-way conversations, group conversations. I don't know, but right now it's just me. Um, I do call it a church because because I'm a believer. Um, because of my faith. You know what? Because of my faith and spirituality and my attempted faith in humanity. I say attempted faith because every time you want to lose faith, something amazing happens. Thank God for that. But a lot of times, people, especially with the climate of the world right now, you kind of lose faith in folks. You know what I'm saying? Like, Jesus. Especially, you see all these Karens out. All these people we calling Karen. I mean, they always been those type of people that we just have a name for them now. But it's it is in the air. It is in the air. Let me tell you. I was reading the Bible in Daniel. And if it wasn't Daniel, it's the book after Daniel. And I would tell you, but I can't think of it on top of my head. But in Daniel, I think it was Daniel. And in Daniel, he was having a vision. And when he was having a vision, it was an angel who, was presenting and telling him everything that he was seeing. He was giving him understanding, which we call edifying. He was edifying his soul. But he was explaining to him everything in a vision. And in one part of the book of Daniel, it was towards the end, one part in the chapter I was reading, the angel was talking to the mighty archangel Michael. And they were talking about a war, fighting. And then the angel said, Michael said to the angel, I would come and help you now, but I've been busy fighting the Prince of Persia. That was a spirit. So everything that we see going on right now is not only emotionally provoked, it's spiritual. There is so much evilness and confusion in the air, but we know who the Prince of the air is. You understand? And we understand that the evilness is in high places, and we call it principalities. You know what I'm saying? Because they try to use, immorality in reverse. Make law like how they used to make a law for slavery, and they used to make a law for Jim Crow and segregation. You understand what I'm saying? They made it a law to run away if he was a slave. That's immoral. And they tried to morally say, well, you're doing the right thing by letting us know. No, that's immoral. Something I learned a very long time ago as a child. Just because everybody else doing it don't mean you got to do it too. Don't mean that you need to do it too. Don't mean that you should do it too. What's that thing your mama always say? If all your friends jump off the bridge, you gonna be a fool and jump off too? And when you be saying a little something smart, but the truth of the matter is you can't do everything you see somebody do. You don't even know what's going on, the reason why they're doing. They're all attempting suicide. You thought it was fun. Like, you gotta make wise decisions and always know who's in charge. There's always a motivating force. Trust me, y'all. Just like us, there's always a motivating force behind decisions and the actions that are made. You understand? There's always a motivating force. Before you buy shoes, food, before you meet somebody you're going to sleep with, before you decide not to sleep with them, before, you know what I'm saying? If you're going to date somebody, if you're going to cheat on somebody, if you're not going to cheat, and why you decided not to cheat. Or it's so many different facets and factors to add to it. But let me tell you, is there not always a motivating force? Majority of the time, we don't do stuff just 99.9% of the time. We don't ever do anything by, happenstance. It's a choice being made. More than likely voluntarily. Sometimes involuntarily. Like blinking your eyes is involuntarily. You understand? Continuously breathing is involuntary. Your body automatically does that, but you don't want to stop closing and opening your eyes. Your eyes will get dry. You don't want to miss anything, so you keep, you open and close them. You you don't want to suffocate, so you keep breathing. You know what I'm saying? Unless you're underwater. But I just simply believe that we've got to be more conscious and more aware and more prepared for what's to come, what's going on, and what the aftermath of everything is going to be. You know, I've been doing my best to stay safe, y'all. I hope y'all have been doing the same thing. I have been praying. I have been reading the word, you guys. If you read the Quran, if you read the Septuagint, I'm sorry, y'all, what y'all call it? What's the Jewish Bible called? I forgot. But if you read your words, you know what I'm saying? If you stay in words, I feel like if you spend time with God, He reveals a lot of things to you. And people are like, oh, I'm not Christian, or I'm not. Listen, if you don't stand for something, you are definitely destined, doomed to fall for whatever may come your way. And let's just always hope, like we saying the same thing about all these other people, let's hope that you stand on the right side, Let's hope that you're standing on the right side. So choose a side, y'all. I'm not telling nobody to be something that they're not or they don't want to be, but I'm telling you to choose a side. I was in the Word, and I've been spending time with the Lord, and the Lord has been revealing more and more to me. And even in the Bible, it says, in the last days, young men will have visions, old men will dream dreams, and all the good stuff. Like God is going to give us an insight of the things that's going to happen. I had some crazy dreams lately, y'all. I had some crazy dreams. I'm getting to that next episode. I like having deep conversations sometimes. There's so much going through my mind right now. I keep umming. My problem is I want to have deep conversations, and a lot of the people I want to have these conversations with, it just go right over their head, or they're not into it. That's okay, because I know the right people are going to come along, and you guys are going to understand, and you guys are going to want to have these conversations. You guys are going to delve deeper, and you guys are going to want to understand more and grow more and intensify more, and that's what I want to do, and that's where I see myself going. That's where I'm headed. That's what I'm working towards, and that's what we're here for. To come together with like minds, to connect, to combine, to unite, to build something, to stay united in a good and positive and progressive way, to be honest, to be truth tellers. Y'all, I had this revelation today. Actually, I had this revelation a long time ago, but I was reminded today. Truth tellers are never welcome. Like at first, people think it's a really good idea. Like, oh, I love him. He's so honest. Oh, I love her. She's so honest. But a lot of the times, the only type of people they're really trying to talk about are people that are like blunt and rude and shrewd. And sometimes when they're not around, they call them nasty. Or behind their back, they call them nasty. And, I try being one of them people. Especially when you get annoyed, agitated with folks, you just feel like enough is enough. I'm just going to say it straight out how it is and be done with it and keep on moving. But if you're a spiritually sensitive person, if you're very empathetic and compassionate, it's really hard to walk around like that, We're not naturally mad people. I don't just be mad. You know what I'm saying? And if I get mad, I don't stay mad. I'm not a mad person. I was never a mad child. Ooh, childhood. But we're not going to that right now. But it's just like, that's not me. It's not my MO. It's not my personality. It's not my psyche. I'm generally an optimistic person. I won't even say always happy, but I'm generally optimistic. Genuinely and generally optimistic. I believe that things are always going to work out. I believe there's going to be a brighter day. I still think that after the rain is the sun. And even in the rain, it's a good thing. Things grow when it rains. You know what I'm saying? Like, so when I find myself in those life type predicaments when I can relate it to the weather, I'm trying to remind myself that the sun is gonna shine again. Oh, let it rain. You're just gonna grow. Just stick it out a little bit longer. Just stick it out a little bit longer. You know what makes it hard though? It's really hard when you don't have a group of praying people around you. Even just, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you be going through stuff and you really want somebody to be like, I have a friend like that. I have a friend like that. She's in California right now. But man, we'll start talking about some stuff and she say, man, friend, let's pray. Where them people at? Are y'all on here? Will y'all be on here? Will y'all find me? Will y'all pray with me? Will y'all pray for me and not against me? Where them people at? But man, prayer warriors, people that are intuitive, people that are sensitive. It was a conversation I had today with my bae, and I was like, you know what? I had a conversation with the Lord today, telling my bae about a conversation with the Lord. And I was like, I was really just sitting here working on some stuff and praying, and the Lord spoke to my heart. And I was saying, you know, Lord, I don't want to be around no more sensitive people. I'm so tired of being around sensitive people. I can't get nothing out or say things that need to be said or put things that need to be put when I feel like I got to tiptoe around folks' ego, you know? And a lot of times, majority of the time, all the time, I feel like if I'm saying anything that sounds like a critique, because it's not a criticism, I'm only trying to help. I only want to build you up. I only want to help correct what may be a little misled or misinformed or actually all the way wrong. And instead of me trying to be a jerk and call you out in such a disrespectful, nasty way, I've been trying to be nice about it. And even my niceness gets taken for granted or very unappreciated. And I was just fed up. And the Lord said, well, are they sensitive or are they self-absorbed? Lord, you're right. Right now, while you're working on me, could I stay away from self-absorbed people? Don't be pulling me out off my course, off my job, off my, you know, I'm on assignment. The Lord is putting me at task. He's putting me on task to do something. Let me do that. And with all these distractions, I'm about to snap. And I'm not a mad person. I'm not a mean person. But I'm human. I am human. Difference between sensitive and self-absorbed. Sensitive to me? No. Sensitive, period. If you look it up in a dictionary, if you just look at it in general, sensitive is either tender to the touch, or like some type of intuitiveness. Like sometimes people can be spiritually or emotionally sensitive. You know, empaths. You know, discernment. Sometimes people can be emotionally sensitive, where, you know, one word, you know, one misleading word will just make them crumble, make them feel the small, and they're in tears, and they're closed up, and they won't talk, and they shut down. That's sensitive. Self-absorbed, on the other hand, is one of them people that come in there with the rider, with prerequisites. You know, like celebrities have riders. Like before they show up to a venue, they send in a rider and they say, I need this, this, and that in my room, or I won't show up. You know, I need this type of treatment, or I'm not gonna come. Let me tell you something about that in life. Nobody is paying for friendship, and if you're paying for it, stop it right now. They are not your friends. Save your money and invest it in something else. Stop investing in people who do not invest in you. Learn that the hard way. Self-absorbed. When I have to tiptoe around honest subjects, because anything that I say, one misleading word that I say is gonna set you off. Now we can't have a conversation because you wanna argue me down. You wanna over talk and loud talk me. You don't even want to hear me out because I brought up this one word or this one subject or this thing. No, man. Sometimes, a lot of times in life, we gotta sit there and take it. And more than not, I don't think anybody that cares about you is gonna be saying nasty stuff to you to tear you down. They may be saying some factual stuff, some hard truths, you know what I'm saying? Some hard truths you don't want to deal with or face. Now that's understandable. But even then, it's when you got to stand in the paint, honey, and take it. That's how you learn. I remember going to this church, man, and whenever you ask these people a question in private, you know, or talk to them about something, the next thing, you hear them talking about it on the pulpit. Now, standing there, especially if you was on the front pew like me, standing there, you feel like they are talking about me and everybody knows it. You feel small. You feel offended. And then you want to get an attitude and be defensive. Hey, that's self-absorbed. And I went through all those emotions and feelings. And I was praying. And I'm just praying while they're preaching. And I'm just like, oh, Lord, if you just get me up out of here, I will never come back. I'm not dealing with this. I talked about this before. I got here, I asked them if they did all this, and here they go doing it again. And God said, don't move. Listen. Man, could you imagine being like a politician or a public speaker when you get up and you have to deliver a message and you know the things that you're saying a lot of people don't want to hear, or it's a hard truth, a hard pill to swallow, but you got to be the one to tell it. You know, it's your responsibility. It's your job to tell this hard truth. And then you have to look at these people in their face as you're speaking, and you see scowling eyes, and you see tight lips, and you see anger on people's faces. But you got to keep pushing through. You got to get that message done and out the way. You got to get that message heard. As a person that stood there and was receiving this hard message, I hated it. I had an attitude with the person delivering it. But wisdom said, don't move. Take it, because it's going to build you. It is going to thicken your skin. It is going to broaden your mind. And it is a good spiritual fruit to absorb. Man, I did that for 3 years. Probably 4. Man. It's not easy, y'all. And this, to me, is my life's mantra. And I'm going to change it, because, baby, that's probably why everything hard. But I believe this, though. That things in life may be hard, but it is never impossible. If you've ever seen the impossible happen, if you've ever believed in the impossible happening, know that it is real. And that is how I know God is real. And that is why I believe. And that's why I will always believe. And that's why I will always profess and proclaim. And that is why I'm here. Because a lot of people don't have a clue. A lot of people are uncertain. Especially right now, you know. But I'm going to tell y'all, hey, in our grandparents' lives, you better believe there was a time when they thought it was the end of the world. How many world wars we had? Then we had the Korean War. Then we had the Cold War. You know. Could you imagine slaves on that ship? Going over that big ocean they probably never saw before, never imagined going over? Not since Mansa Musa? It's my cat, y'all. There have been so many times, y'all, that people would probably thought it was the end of the world. And then guess what? A revolution happens. And then it's a new world. There's nothing stopping us from having that right now. Nothing but us, y'all. We got to stop being so divisive, y'all. We got to work together, y'all. We got to work together, man. Seriously. Truly. I had a lot of other things to talk about. But I took up like 20 minutes of y'all time. So in the next episode of One Man Church, we'll talk more. Till then, be blessed. Peace. Love y'all.